Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today we're talking about something that honestly I think a lot of people struggle with, especially in our hyper-connected world. It's this idea of grinding in silence, shining in public. Angelina, I feel like this really hits home for so many people.
Absolutely, John. I mean, we're bombarded with announcements, with progress updates, with look at me moments all over social media. And there's this underlying pressure, isn't there, to constantly declare your intentions, to show the world what you're up to, almost before you've even started? But what if that's actually counterproductive?
Exactly. The core idea here is that true success isn't announced, it's not posted, it's not explained. It's built, quietly, behind the scenes. It's about discipline, patience, and just relentless effort when nobody's watching. I think a lot of us have been guilty of, mapping out a grand plan and telling everyone about it, only to find that it sort of fizzles out.
Oh, absolutely. I've done it countless times. I remember years ago, I was so excited about starting a new project, and I told everyone, my family, my friends, posted about it. And there was this initial burst of energy, this lovely feedback, but then it almost felt like I'd already achieved something just by talking about it. The actual work started to feel less urgent because I'd already gotten the praise.
That's a fantastic point. It's like you get this dopamine hit, right? This little shot of validation just for expressing the intention. And then the motivation to actually put in the grueling, often unglamorous work, it just wanes. Because you've already had your little moment in the sun.
Right. It's almost like our brains trick us into believing we've already done the thing because we've articulated it. But grinding in silence, that means flipping that whole script. It means you're focusing on the progress itself, not on the praise or the applause. It's waking up early, staying late, doing the hard stuff when literally no one is looking. There are no likes, no comments, no recognition in those initial stages, just raw effort and your own belief.
And that's where the real magic happens, I think. Because that effort, that belief, it's intrinsically motivated. It's not dependent on external validation, which can be so fleeting and unpredictable. When you're working in silence, you're building a foundation that's sturdy, built on your own conviction, not on what other people might think or say.
Exactly. And silence, truly, it protects your energy. Think about it, when you're constantly announcing your plans, you open yourself up to so many external factors. Doubt, for one, opinions, often unsolicited, and unnecessary pressure both from others and from yourself to live up to what you've declared. But when you stop explaining your plans, you suddenly gain so much time to actually execute them.
It's like keeping your cards close to your chest, isn't it? Not out of secrecy or malice, but out of self-preservation. You're preserving that raw, nascent energy that you need to fuel the project. Discipline for me has always felt strongest in those quiet moments, when it's just me, my goals, and the task at hand. No distractions, no audience, just the work.
Right, that's so true. I find that when I talk about something too much before it's ready, I start to get overwhelmed by all the what-ifs and potential roadblocks that others bring up. But if I just focus on taking one step at a time, quietly, solving problems as they come, it feels so much more manageable. The vision remains clear because it hasn't been muddled by other people's projections.
Yeah, and I think that leads us to the second part of this philosophy, the shining in public. Because over time, if you commit to this quiet grind, the results do appear. Your skills sharpen, your confidence rises naturally because you've genuinely put in the hours, and opportunities start to follow you rather than you having to chase them down.
And it's wild, isn't it, John? Suddenly people notice. And what do they say? Oh, you got lucky. Wow, you just changed overnight. Or where did that come from? They never saw the long nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the discipline behind the scenes. They only see the tip of the iceberg, the shine.
It's so true. They see the finished product, the successful launch, the new physique, the thriving business. They don't see the thousands of hours, the failures, the self-doubt, the moments you wanted to quit but didn't. And I think that's why the shining part is so important. It's not about showing off or proving a point to those who doubted you. It's about letting your work, your results, speak for themselves.
Exactly. Your success becomes the answer to every doubt, every opinion, every critic. You don't have to defend your process or explain your methods. The evidence is right there. It's incredibly empowering because it shifts the focus from external validation to undeniable, tangible results. It's almost like a quiet confidence that emanates from genuine accomplishment.
I think about artists or writers who spend years honing their craft in isolation, and then suddenly, their work explodes onto the scene. Or entrepreneurs who build a groundbreaking product in their garage, not telling anyone until it's ready to disrupt an entire industry. Those stories are so inspiring because they highlight the power of sustained, focused effort away from the limelight.
Definitely. It's also about avoiding premature judgment, isn't it? When you share something too early, in its raw, unfinished form, it's vulnerable to criticism that could stifle it before it even has a chance to fully develop. Think about a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You plant it, water it, and trust the process in the dark. Only when it's strong enough does it break through the soil and reach for the light.
That's such a beautiful analogy, Angelina. It really is about nurturing something in its vulnerable stages. And sometimes that grind isn't just about hard work, but also about the intellectual work, the problem solving, the pivots you make quietly when you realize something isn't working. If you'd announced your initial flawed plan, you'd be stuck trying to defend it instead of evolving it.
Precisely. And that flexibility to adapt and change course without public scrutiny is invaluable. It allows for a level of experimentation and learning that's often difficult when you have an audience watching your every move. It cultivates resilience because you're internally driven to overcome obstacles, not just to look good externally.
So, for anyone listening who feels that pull to constantly update their feed or tell their friends about their next big thing, what's one practical step they can take to start embracing this grind in silence philosophy?
I would say choose one significant goal you have right now. Maybe it's a personal fitness goal, a creative project, or a career aspiration. And for the next month, commit to working on it every single day without telling anyone about your progress. Resist the urge to post, to share, to even casually mention it. Just focus on the daily action, the discipline, see how that feels.
That's a great challenge. I think people will be surprised by how much more focused and empowered they feel, because the motivation isn't coming from outside, it's truly coming from within. And that's a far more sustainable source of energy.
It absolutely is. And you know, shining in public doesn't mean you become a hermit forever. It means that when you do finally emerge, you emerge with substance. Your contribution is real, it's impactful, and it speaks for itself in a way that mere words never could. It's about letting your work make the noise instead of your intentions.
I love that. Let your work make the noise. It's such a powerful message in a world that often rewards volume over value. So if you want real success, stop announcing your goals, start working on them. Grind in silence, let your results do all the talking.
Couldn't agree more, John. It's a challenging path, but it's ultimately the most rewarding one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope this inspires you to find your own quiet space to build something incredible.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep grinding.
And we'll catch you then.